Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the cost output relationship, not only in the short run but also in the long run. First of all, we should understand what is cost function is. The cost function is a process which expresses the relationship between how the cost of production related to the output. So how we have to construct two factors that we should consider. One is quantities employed by the firm. The other one is price of the respective input. Based on these two only, the cost function is constructed. There are different duties allotted for the manager. So, while considering the cost as a function, what are the things that you should consider? There are many key factors for the business to construct the cost function. Basically, it is not a direct function, it is a derived function. Why? Because first we should construct the production function. Based on the production function only, the cost function is constructed. So the cost function is otherwise called derived function. Suppose in the question paper, if they are explain the derived function of in a short run means nothing but they are asking to construct the cost function. Why? Because initially production function will be constructed based on that cost function is constructed. Therefore, it is called derived one. So derived function. This particular cost function will help to evaluate whether the project is profitable or not, or how much the investment should be made for the production schedule, whether we have to make the product or buy the product, and what are the inputs to be collected, what is the right combination for that, and how to construct the process layout. All these things based on this particular cost function. Especially in this cost function, what we are doing is we are calculating the average cost. Average cost is nothing but expression of cost output relationship. Why? The formula for average cost is total cost divided by output. So in the numerator, total cost is there. In the denominator, output is there. So when we divide the total cost with the output, it's nothing but average cost. So what is cost output relationship? Calculation of average cost. Now we are going to explain this particular cost output relation both in short run and long run. If they ask in short run only, you complete with the short run SAC alone. Suppose if they ask in long run, first you have to explain the short run and then aggregation of this short run will become long run. I hope you understand. Now understand one thing. What is total cost? Fixed cost plus variable cost is equal to total cost. But what we need, the average total cost. So we have to calculate the average fixed cost and average variable cost. What is the formula? Average total cost equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. So we will see one by one. There are certain costs which will not affected with the change in the output. Irrespective of output, we have to incur that cost. Those costs are called fixed costs. That is why this particular fixed cost is parallel to the output axis. You can see in the diagram. Then how to calculate the average fixed cost? Fixed cost divided by output. So when we suppose only one product is produced, the cost of production is 10,000 means the average fixed cost is 10,000. For the second product, 10,000 divided by 2, then it will become 5,000. Suppose he is producing 5 products, then it will become 2,000. So initially, the average fixed cost will reduce drastically and it will try to move to closer to the output axis. Suppose 10,000 product is producing. So 10,000 by 10,000 is 1 rupee, but it will not touch. Even if you produce 20,000 units, 10,000 divided by 20,000, it is 0.5. So it will come closer but never touches. So how the shape of the average fixed cost, it sloping downwards from left to right, but it never touches the output axis. This is shown in this diagram. Now we complete the fixed cost. Now we will discuss the variable cost. There are certain costs which will increase as the output increases. For example, electricity. More you use, more will be cost you have to pay. So how the shape of the variable cost? It is a sloping upwards from left to right. It will a 45 degree if you draw, that will be the variable cost. Okay, not necessarily 45 degree. It's a upward sloping. For your sake, I'm saying that. So how to calculate the average variable cost? We have to divide the variable cost by output. When we make it, the shape of the average cost will be a U shape. Why? Because initially it will come down After a certain point, it will be more than that. It will start increasing. So it is like a U shape. So how to calculate the average total cost? We have to add average fixed cost and average variable cost. So if you add these two costs, then we can get the total cost. This diagram shows the same. First, we have to draw the AFC. AFC sloping downwards from left to right, moving to closer to the output axis. The second axis is AVC. It is initially it come down and it will start increasing. The third one, if we add these two curves, we can get a new curve called ATC, average total cost. This is nothing but SAC. SAC means short run average cost. This ATC is nothing but SAC, average total, average total cost is nothing but short run average cost for that particular period. When we draw the marginal cost curve, it intersects both AVC and ATC at their minimum point. So if you draw this particular diagram, then these 5 points are considered as an implication of short run average cost curve. It's nothing but the cost output relationship in a short run. What are the 5 things? Keep it in mind. There are 5 key points you should mention. What happened to AFC? What happened to AVC? What happened to ATC? How that particular point is identified, and what happened to MC. So all 5 curves you have to make one sentence. But we will see one by one. First one, we are talking about AFC. AFC falls as output rises from lower level to higher level. When output is keep on increasing, the AFC start falling. That is the first implication. The second one is AVC first falls and then rise. Am I right? It is coming down and then it is going up. Not only AVC but also the ATC curve. That is why, and also the ATC. ATC curves also will come down and then it will start moving. The third point is the average variable cost starts rising earlier than ATC. Why? You can see the MC cut first AVC and then ATC. It is in a lower output level itself, it start increasing. So that is why AVC start rising earlier than the ATC. The fourth one, the MC will intersect the ATC at the minimum point. The last implication is the marginal cost curve intersect both AVC and ATC at that minimum point. These 5 implication is nothing but cost output relation in a short run. In this diagram, ATC is there. Now that ATC is called SAC1 for 2015. Consider that particular year we have calculated the average total cost. It is called as SAC1. Likewise, for each and every year, for 2016 it is SAC2. For 2017 it is SAC3. For 2018 it is SAC4. Suppose if you aggregate these short run average cost curve for 5 years, then it will become long run. So now we can able to decide what is the cost output relation in a long run. So aggregation of short run average curve for few years, it will become long run average cost curve. Now we will see the diagram. You can see we can able to measure the time period in the x-axis and that quantity produced. Similarly, the average cost is measured in the vertical axis. The first one, SAC1, is nothing but ATC of this particular curve. ATC. That curve we have shown in this SAC1. This is for 2015. For 2017, one more curve. 18 for one more curve, 19 for one more. Suppose if we draw SAC curve in the same diagram, then we have to connect the optimum point which MC intersects. If we connect, that green line shows long run average cost curve. It's nothing but the cost to output relationship in a long run. This particular question is a definite question in your question paper. Why? Because even today it is a practical concept we can use. There are many names for LAC. Long run average curve is otherwise called development curve, envelope curve, planning curve, business curve. So whatever type of curve means, it's nothing but they are asking the cost output relationship in a long run. It's nothing but LAC. We should list out what are the implication in a long run. Like short run, we say what happened in the long run. So first we should write there is a tangential relationship between SAC and LAC. See that green line touches a particular point of all LAC. That is why LAC has a tangential to the various SACs. So long run average cost curve is tangential to various short run average cost curves. This is first implication. Second one, the LAC curve is U-shaped like a dish. You can see. See that green line is like a dish. The third implication is the LAC curve will never intersect SAC as it makes tangency with SAC. Understand? It is not intersecting because we are touching the minimum points of optimum point which is intersected by the marginal cost. So it never intersects. The fourth implication is the LAC curve will touch the optimum scale curve at the later least cost point. We already see in the SAC that MC intersect the ATC in the minimum point. So this LAC is will touch only the minimum points. The one peculiar thing in LAC is the long run average curve will touch SAC curves lying in the left of optimum scale and left their least cost combination, and it will touch the right in the right of least cost combination. You can see in SAC1 and SAC2, it touches the optimum point in the left side of the U. If you see the right side, it touches the right side of the optimum point. Why? Because as time goes, the optimum point will move towards the right. That is the last implication. So if you write all 6 implication, definitely the answer will be good. So how you have to write the answer? Suppose they ask explain cost output relationship in a short run, then you have to write what is fixed cost, what is variable cost, how to calculate AFC and AVC, and then you should draw the diagram. Then MC cuts both AVC and ATC, then write 5 implication. Answer is over. Suppose if they ask cost output relationship in a long run means first you should write what is AFC and what is AVC, how we calculate the ATC, and you have to draw the diagram, write 5 implication. Then you continue. That particular ATC is nothing but short and average cost for the first period, SAC1. Then for second period, third period, 4 or 5 years will be taken into account, and you should draw this diagram, and then you write these 6 implication. Definitely you can score all 20 marks. Why? Because there is no provision to reduce the mark. If you write fully, you can get all 20 marks. With this, I am completing the class. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.